Time for us now to take you to the social media space. Rena Obozeghie is joining us now to tell us what's going on. What netizens are saying concerning the events across Nigeria and the rest of the world. Morning, Rena.
Good morning to you.
Naibia.
Your leg, boy.
I can see her legs. Her legs look well.
They look well. All right, Rena, you have the floor.
Thank you so much. See you later.
All right.
Hello everyone, good morning. This is Kakaaki Social. I'm Rena Obozeghie. Now, a former presidential candidate, Peter Obi, is asking Nigerians to unite above tribe, religion, and political affiliations to make sure that Nigeria is rescued from the shackles of leadership failure. This was contained in his post on X on Wednesday after he bagged the Leadership Newspaper Politician of the Year 2023 award. Well, at the same event in Abuja, Niger State Governor Mohammed Umaru Bagu agreed with Peter Obi that Nigeria accepting food from war-torn Ukraine is shameful, adding that we must begin to consider corrupt production over consumption.
My boss, you are very right. To what you have said, we have no reason to be poor. People may not like you, but they must hear you. Because what you say is the gospel truth. Nigeria needs to be productive. You cannot be out of poverty unless you start to produce. I'm not an advocate of handout or palliatives too. I don't believe in it. So it is high time we tell ourselves the basic truth. We need to feed ourselves. And it's a shame for people like Ukraine in the war to be giving us food. Federal government is doling out 42,000 metric tons of grains. And by June, I will give out only in Niger State 100,000 metric tons.
All right, let's see how you reacted to this development on X yesterday. And our first person would be coming from this user who says they are all aware of the reality if Mohammed Umar Bagu is prepared to collaborate closely with Peter Obi on devising strategies to transition from consumption to production, particularly in Niger State as a pilot project. I am confident that significant progress can be made within a span of 4 years. Also in reaction, Chris Uniman says the worst thing is that the grain will not get to the poor. To me, as Onyibo, I don't know anything about grains. We'll feed on roots like Akpu, G, Edi, and Ogede. We don't eat grains, but then other people do. And for this user, it says, I can't even believe what I am hearing. Did this current government really accept foodstuff from Ukraine to sustain the Nigerian economy? And final thoughts on that is this user, Mark Godfrest, who says, accepting the food is not shameful, especially when in reality you don't have. What is shameful is being such a position to accept food from a country at war, and a country you have larger land size and more fertile land. I agree with Peter Obi, and I'm glad this governor is honest. Well, by the way, he bagged the Governor of the Year 2023 too, still under the Leadership Newspaper Awards for 2023. Well, let's move away from that to say that Edo State House of Assembly has commenced impeachment proceedings against the Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu over allegations of perjury and revelation of government secrets. The commencement of the proceedings was announced by the majority leader of the House on Wednesday, who said the notice was signed by a majority of the 24 legislators.
On the 26th of July, as a matter of fact, he filed a suit against the three organs of government, the legislature, the judiciary, and the executive, and disclosed, knowing it to be false, informations that are not true, that are baseless, and more importantly, he filed under oath matters that are top government secret, contrary to his oath of office as embedded in the Constitution of the Federal Republic.
I hereby acknowledge receipt of the impeachment notice dated 5th of March 2024. Clerk is hereby mandated to cause the service of this notice on the respondent, Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Shaibu, promptly, and he has 7 days to respond to this petition.
All right, what
Thereafter.
are your thoughts on this? Let's see what netizens are saying on the space of social media. Who is leading us first in this discussion from Edo State? Let's see. From X would be reactions, and then maybe Instagram will just do some other reactions too. So our first one is from Engineer Isaac, who says, God has vindicated Baba Oshomole. Philip Shaibu thought he had got to save heaven when he called Baba unprintable names 4 years ago and camped with PDP. Now is the payback period for him. Oh well. And Edo Wizard says Obozeghie just wants to rubbish and cripple Shaibu completely from the political scene. Godwin Obozeghie never forgives. Are you sure? Have you had a thing to do with him before? But this user says, tell him vanity upon vanity, the office he will leave one day. That's a message to Obozeghie. He's even on his way out, you know. Summer says, this man doesn't know how to play politics. There is time for everything. He should have learned from former governor of Lagos, Akinwumi Ambode, in Nigeria. Very hard to win your godfather. Talk less of a sitting governor. Nothing bad in one being ambitious, but not desperate for power. Okay, so let's move over to our final story for the day to say that, like in the case of the governor of Rivers State, Sim Fubara, and his predecessor, Nyesom Wike, the vice president, Kashim Shettima, has been captured again, playing the peacemaker role in Ogun State. In a short video on social media, Shettima was seen forcing a handshake between a former governor of the state, Ibukunle Amuson, and his successor, Dakpo Abiodun. Well, for context, you may begin to rule that. Thank you. The protracted fight began after Governor Abiodun was endorsed by the national leadership of the APC as the party's governorship candidate against Adekunle Akinlade, who was nominated at the Congress of the party organized by the then governor, Ibikunle Amuson. And then he had to pull his weight behind a candidate from another party. Well, it was the same case in 2023. Despite remaining in the APC, it was said that Amuson had his group support the candidate of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, who was Biyi Otegbeye, because he insisted that Abiodun stole the people's mandate in the previous election. And you know that when you're standing on somebody else's mandate, they will tell you, we need to get this back. So that was the case between them. How did this meet Nigerians? You know that it was just a couple of weeks ago that we saw him at the State House between Sim Fubara and Nyesom Wike, trying to say, go back, go and greet your predecessor, you know. And this one again is trying to put them together. Let's bring you in at this point to see what you were saying also on X. Okay, this user is coming first. He says, same way Shettima told Sim Fubara to go and greet Wike. I'm beginning to like this man. Now, facial expression. They fear me before. Okay, and another one, Mildred says, he for do Obozeghie and Shaibu before them impeach my brother. Hey, yeah, you can still call him in. And Jeremy says, how does this solve hardship? And final thought on this is coming from Mr. TJ, who says he should go and do peacemaker in parts of the country where citizens are being killed every day. Well, a good one for him there. Maybe it's even a good starting point that, you know, he doesn't like fight, you know, like problem. Unlike Odumeje that has powers he hasn't used, and, you know, he has them in abundance and he would fight any day. So that's how we call it a day today on Kakaaki Social. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I'll see you again tomorrow. My handle is Rena OBO, so we could continue talking from there. Welcome back again to the show.
Okay, Rena OBO.
Yes. Get a handle on the handle.
Yes, indeed. And it's interesting, all the stories you brought us today. Okay, the peacemaker, I think it's something good, really, in my own thinking. It's just that, netizens, you see beyond, what is being shown for that handshake and then bringing together and then telling somebody, go and greet your boss. And when he did, Fubara went back and greeted his boss.
Yeah.
I just wish it's not just for camera's sake.
Camera, yeah?
Yes, for the cameras.
The optics are good, really. But then, like you said, we hope it goes deeper than that so that all of these political squabbles are resolved quietly behind closed doors so that it does not impact on governance and the people.
Absolutely. So we also want to see him maybe bring the state actors and non-state actors together and see what every quarter wants and see how negotiations will solve the problems that we have today. You do know that agitations are in almost every region of the country. Everyone wants to be alone because they feel marginalized. So if he is doing this between individuals, he has the powers, he has the office, not say that, because I was not there, so I could not do so much. So he has the power of the second person, highest person in the country. So he should see what he can do at national level and go beyond party politics, which they would say is no longer party or politics time, it is governance time.
Yes.
So we look forward to what he will do in that
Quite key
regard.
point there. At the end of the day, peace is ultimate if everything has to
Absolutely.
work. All right, Rena, let's let you go.
Thank you so much, Rena.
Have a great day.
You too.
Yes, indeed.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back to conclude our conversation with retired Air Vice Marshal Akugbe Yamu.